Hi team, welcome to this mini mindset training tutorial on cultivating confidence. I'm Jane Pike from confidentwriter.online, and over the past couple of issues I've been teaming up with Your Horse magazine to bring you a series of articles on cultivating confidence. Here's one I prepared earlier. The current issue that we have out is all about managing anxiety, or better understanding the anatomy of anxiety, and the next issue is focusing on mental skills training for competition. So if that's of interest, keep your eyes peeled for that coming out. Right now, what I want to talk to you about is a really practical framework that you can use to manage your emotional state at any one time. And it's something that I refer to as the emotional equation. The emotional equation has three different parts. The first part is your focus, the second part is your self-talk, and the third part is your physiology, or the way that you use your body and your breath. Now, these are the essential components of state, and state is what we refer to really as the emotional position that you're coming from at any one time. The common misconception that we have about confidence is that it's a destination that we arrive at, when in fact it's a series of practices that we develop, it's a decision that we make to commit to the practice of confidence, and it's also a feeling of resourcefulness that we're able to draw on during the times that we might be challenged. Back over to the emotional equation then. In any instance where you are feeling confident, your framework will be really geared in a specific direction. Chances are when you're feeling confident, your focus is tuned into being quite solution oriented. So you're really focusing on what it is you're able to do in that moment to move you in a positive or constructive direction. Your self-talk will also be in parallel to that. So you'll be talking to yourself in a way that is empowering and allows you to make decisions effectively, and allows you also to take constructive action in the direction that you need. Physiologically, confident breathing is very long, even and relaxed. Our body language symbolises confidence, so most of us are aware of what it looks like in terms of our posture and the way that we carry ourselves when we feel confident. And if you can get curious about how specifically you are when you are confident, then you can start to transfer some of those learnings over to situations where you might be feeling less than confident. Let's think about anxiety and fear and use that same framework. So if we're in an anxious state, our focus is going to a future place where we are really musing over the worst case scenario. We are focusing primarily on what it is that we want to avoid. Our self-talk also comes to the party. We might say things like, why is this happening to me? Or why does he always do this? And as a consequence, we really shut down on a physical level. Our posture becomes crumpled over, our breath might be short and sharp, and there's a level of tension that arises in the body due to the mental and emotional framework that we're operating from. Now, those three strands are able to be influenced by just starting to introduce a different way of thinking about things. So if you're in an anxious place and you think about what it is that you can influence, you can break it down to those three levels. You have your focus, your self-talk, and your physiology. As soon as you make a change to any one of those, it will start to move you in a more positive and constructive direction. Now, you can pre-arm yourself with this knowledge by doing a little bit of behind the work. Investigations. How is it that I feel when I'm confident? What is it that I do with my body? How is it that I talk to myself? What is it that I'm focusing on? And this is something that you can actually look at in situations that might be quite separate to your writing. So if you're really confident at work, or you have a different hobby that you do that really imbues you with confidence and you feel really great about, then have a think about what it is you're doing in those situations that you're then able to transfer to the saddle. If you start to influence any one of those three arms, you will move yourself in a more constructive direction. So it's a really practical way of empowering yourself to make change in the moments where you might start to feel a little bit deflated or disempowered. Have a play with it, see how you get on, and I'm really excited to hear your stories of how it is you're practicing confidence and cultivating a more empowering framework for yourself.